Okay, part two of the rant. Well, it's still Monday. It's still March. It's still 2022, and it is still the 7th. Yeah. A couple of minutes before 11 o'clock in the morning. Actually, at night. The Zombie, Weaver John C. from Rosamond, California, at your service. I was talking about a reaction to TNT, not to TNT, but to the Young Turks on cable and also on YouTube to show people what they lack sometimes. Talking about a certain reaction to a politician that was having, well, she was flaunting what she had. And they jumped on her for that one. And me, yes, I went off on a tangent concerning about the past. Because unfortunately, these kids keep reminding me too much of things I keep seeing that keep telling us we have to keep being reminded of the past because it has something to do with our present and also with our future. Because we keep repeating ourselves left and right. That's the problem. Now, reason why I keep going over things left and right in the past, I've made a hell of a lot of videos. I've hardly anybody watches the damn shit, but that's fine. Except for posterity. So if anybody actually does watch the damn thing without going absolutely utterly mad, I'll be surprised. Not glad, just surprised. Trying to explain things to the future, and once my time is gone, I wanted to show people how I was trying to deal with life on its own terms. And yes, I did say Diary of a Mentally Challenged because for a long while, growing up, I didn't think I was mentally challenged until I lost everything of mine that I considered of worth. And it broke me more in one way. All you gotta do is watch the damn videos to understand that point. So I haven't been quote unquote myself. I've been different all the time. Struggling, striving, crashing on my knees. And my joints are getting more and more stiff these days. And mostly I've become more and more homebound instead of going outside and enjoying things in places. And people are saying, well, why don't you come over here with us? Part of me would say, don't you think I'd want to? Don't you think I'd really want to go into the sunshine and walk around and smile like crazy? And then something triggers me and then I start breaking down left and right. And that's what scares the hell out of me more and more. See, I can watch stuff concerning about politics and I can argue about it and there would be no triggers in there for me. Because nothing about politics would be triggering me into events of pure tear, pure teardoms, shall I call it, that I have been turning into a damn depressive case of what the hell is this guy? And the reasons why sometimes when my brain is still working enough and I actually have a cohesive enough thought pattern going on, I'm trying to communicate that effectively enough to where people can understand what I'm talking about or understand the language I'm saying anyway. And if I am communicating effectively to people of how I'm thinking, how I'm feeling, then at that moment I seem to be lucid enough and steering away from all the damn mental health crap that keeps lowering the boom on me. It's just lowering everything down on me, and I'm just can't seem to get past the damn shit. There's a lot of things and a lot of people I could blame. And yes, there are certain points in my life that I actually had. I probably still do. And a lot of those points had affected me throughout my lifetime and of my behaviors all the way through here. If I hadn't been the most closed minded, closed person, I would have been more outgoing and more supporting people left and right, having more and more people around me just for the fun of it or just to enjoy their company. Instead of these days being torn apart left and right, knowing they're going to be gone, or they don't care, or something else about it that my brain keeps hatching up, and my whole life becomes like nothing. I got people pitying me left and right, wondering what's going on with me. I could tell them all the damn shit's going on in my head at this point over here, but does it solve the situation? Does it get me past the damn pity? I know I got an ego with a pride saying, I don't need their damn pity. I can do things my way. Yeah. And if that's the truth, how come I'm still not doing it? See, the thing about mental health, it always plays head games on you, one way or another. I've got my grief turned on like crazy, that there are certain key points, probably in a day, or probably not in a day, but key phrases, or maybe a key word, or an action, or something. Something that would be associated with the topic. Everything interconnected in one way. My brain has a way of trying to see things complicated. And anything relating to the damn trigger under a general area is a sensitive area. And when I hit the damn thing, it sets things off in my head where I'm ready to be blubbering like crazy. And just not even realize it. I'll get the tears pouring. Watch a television show, okay? A lot of television shows you were probably watching for for whatever kind of emotional outburst that you're trying to get out of a damn thing. Maybe if to feel good or to feel lousy about it. Or maybe something that you actually cared about. And if you truly, truly cared by going overboard, you would probably put your feelings into focus on something about the show or movie or whatever it is. And you're getting tuned in even more so. To the point where something happens. I don't know what. I don't know what the trigger would be for you, but for me it would be family. Anything regarding around family. Anything regarding around the word or the actions or the phrase. Anything happening regarding a visual. Including if they happen to do hugs. And reunions. People happy to see their loved ones alive. They came back from somewhere, from some situation that would have taken them away, taken them off screen for a hell of a long while. And now you see them back again, and you see the reunion, and it's all happy and rejoicing and everything else. And for me, somehow that gets triggered in my head. The longer I get more exposed to it, the more I'm going crazy at this point. Now, for me, if you folks have actually watched the videos I've got, you would have noticed that I talked about my mother and my brother a great deal. Because these two people were the only people in my life that mattered a damn thing to me. A great deal. More so. And because of that, let me slide over here. And because of that, I'd see pictures constantly of them smiling at me, of the times when they are actually having fun. And I'm there with them, but I'm the one with the camera. Or maybe not. A picture at Disneyland with my mother in a scooter, my brother in a scooter over at Disneyland. And I'm the one with the camera taking a picture. Or how about Outbake's, no, Stuart Anderson's, celebrating a birthday, or celebrating an anniversary, or basically celebrating a birthday period. And we're having a steak dinner. One of the waitresses or waiters comes up with a camera. We got to take a picture of this birthday boy here. Or probably not birthday, but holiday. Because we wanted to celebrate the holidays. A theme. It doesn't matter what the theme says, because the subject matters are in there. They're happy, they're smiling, they're looking at you and saying, we're enjoying life. We're enjoying life. The happiness that they generate. The smiling faces. Even with the smiling faces that you're probably seeing the black and white picture that I keep trying to move my shoulder so that you can actually see it in the bottom picture. My mother in the top portion with her little dog. But down below it's the three people going to a state fair and having fun. And you can see it in their expression. I see it on a constant basis sometimes. What am I saying sometimes? All the time. You expect this thing would be the constant trigger all the time. Sometimes it's not. I would watch a television show like something dramatic. And I would see people being reunited. If they had survived, or some of them actually had survived something traumatic, but they came home anyway. They came back, and everyone's smiling and happy and joyful about it. That's one of the triggers. I'm already sensing it right now that I'm waiting for the catalyst to kick in. And then I'll be off to the races. Either a thought or a string of thoughts or a feeling. And missing my family. More and more. Grief has a hell of a way of playing head games with a person, I'll tell you that much. But this wouldn't have happened to me if I hadn't had my own defenses up and running. But they were broken a long time ago. Every time I lost a family member, they were broken. I had to repair it and move on. Work with survival instincts. Just survive, just to survive, just to survive. There's no such thing as living. There's such thing as survival. Even though you can try showing um, the feelings that maybe you're enjoying your life at that moment. And it means a great deal and it's great joy. But understand that the great joy is also the great pain underneath. You can see the facade. I mean, brightly lit, constantly maintained facade, and underneath it's crumbling underneath. and you're waiting for it to collapse. Try this one. It had been a few months, almost several months after my brother passed away back in 2018, in February of 2018. My brother and I had been the closest we've ever been. We had been very, very damn close, and we took care of Mom for the last several years of her life. Brought us even closer than we thought. We had to survive with each other after Mom passed away because we couldn't deal with the pain. But we dealt with other things, so we couldn't deal with the pain. We wanted to be constantly busy so we didn't have to think about the damn pain or think about the grieving process. So she passes away. I'm taking care of him. He passes away. Leaves me alone with a dog. I smile facetiously at this point, but I know underneath there's no warmth in that one. You know, grin. Even though I do love my dog a great deal, I do. I adore her. She's my saving grace right now to keep me alive and sane. But everything else is going hell in a handbasket. And the other self-defense mechanism is also if it's not putting me into a crying mode, it puts me into a sleep mode. Narcolepsy knocks my ass out one way or another. The mind plays tricks, head games on you, screws you over one way or another. So anyway, planning a trip to a mall area to do some shopping and to get out of the house for a while. And I go through different areas where my brother and I used to hang out while waiting for a bus to take me further into an area to go shopping. Here we go again with the tired. But I know it's my subconscious triggering that one. And I'm seeing certain areas of the bus area where people smoke. My brother was a smoker before he left. He smoked nearly to the last day of his life. When I cremated him, I gave him an equivalent of a can of Coca-Cola, and also cremated a pack of smokes. I figure he needed both of them for the journey. That memory was still stinging and still haunting me when I was right by a tree where my brother used to lean against and smoke. I talked with other people until a bus came. And the bus was taking me through an area that we used to live in. And past an area where I worked at, and it damn near killed me. Long story on that one, a lot of videos on that one I talked about. At this point, it's been putting me into an emotional wrecker. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the stress. I'm feeling the anxiety building up at this point over here. I don't want to do this, but I want to do this. I am pushing myself. I don't want to break down anywhere, but I am going to get through this thing because I'm going to. I'm forcing myself to have some fun and not stay home and just be a blithering idiot. So as the bus is traveling down a long major street, I'm seeing a lot of areas that my brother and I used to traverse through. Antelope Valley, we used to live in Palmdale. We also lived in Lancaster before my brother and I moved for survival out here to Roseman, where I got stuck ever since. So going down number 10th Street West, I'm coming to the former apartments that my family used to live in before Ma passed away in it. Yeah, I was a little bit anxious because I'm seeing this thing, and I'm feeling the memories. I'm seeing images of my dogs as I'm walking them up and down the area, and so is my brother. And how my mother died, and how it hit us a great deal. And how we also had to fight eviction and lost and had to be evicted anyway. Only a few brief seconds of that. Getting close to an area that I used to work in over at Walmart in the tire center for a few years. Again, videos on this one explaining about it. Feeling the emotional discomfort. I'm feeling the anxiety more and more. Not sure if I was feeling the anger at that point. I should have been. Getting close to the damn area, I was trying to close my eyes so I didn't have to see the store. It damn near killed me with a damn stupid decision of a supervisor dropping a tire on my face. Damn near killing me. They didn't even apologize for it afterwards. Schmuck. But in this area is where my family also shopped as well. Not often enough, but shopped over there anyway. But my brother and I would also be in the area because this would be one of our hangout areas just driving around. So the Antelope Valley. And there'd be a few shops over there when my mother was still alive and able to take care of her. She'd be able to go over to stores to shop and take care of her nails. And all I wanted to do was just walk around and peruse. And by the time we get over to the mall area, where we had, right by the 14th freeway, I'm already chomping at the bits of getting the hell out of there because I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to deal with the memory. I didn't want to deal with the flashbacks. I didn't want to deal with anything. I just wanted to get the hell out of there because something was going to be getting me, according to my brainstem, according to whatever the hell was going on in my damn head. And I was feeling anxiety. I was feeling stressed, and I was just tense and nervous about the damn thing. So I get outside, and I'm gulping in air. Now keep in mind, on a bus, you still have air. Air does circulate in a bus. But it's an enclosed environment. And I was getting claustrophobic. And I don't even realize why. Except I'm outside and then go to one particular department store and losing my brain and my mind in there. Get out. Ran over to the damn bookstore and thought I could just chill it out over there. I was having one of those PTSD flashbacks. Major ones. And I was having a hard time trying to deal and cope. I bought a few books. It didn't mean a damn thing, but I still bought a few books anyway. One of them actually I did need, but I still have it for collection. But I was feeling lousy. I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with the area. I missed my brother so damn badly that the process was kicking my ass during that time. I wasn't about to cry, but I swear I could have. It was building. And I wanted to get out of there real fast. I got on a bus to get me home. By the time I got back home a few hours later, I'm hiding in the bedroom, crying my eyeballs out. Not even understanding why. Not even realizing that I got triggered. Not even realizing that I got triggered royally and I couldn't deal and I couldn't cope. And I was still having a hard time breathing until I settled down a little bit. It's been happening to me. It's been happening to me. And I think about my family. I think about the family members I lost a long time ago. And even after losing Ma, there was another family member, surrogate mother, name of Dee, Mary Dolores Boutros Reeve. And she was the mother of the family that adopted us back in '76 when we needed help the most. Their family, our family became one. Not by marriage, but by spirit. But ever since I lost our mother, they lost their mothers, we drifted badly. I couldn't get in contact with them after that. Tried a few times. Didn't work. Not as successfully as I thought and not as I wanted. But thinking about after that the people I've lost, that mattered a damn thing to me. And then going back and seeing how other people actually had been happy, even if it was just on a television screen, even if it was just pretend, it didn't matter. Because that image was sticking to my crawl, and I was going to cry it out. Either that or sleep it off. My body and my brain had been trying to maneuver me. Either if I can't cry the damn shit out, I'll sleep it off. I'll do a Rip Van Winkle. But it's like almost an hour at a time. And it's not like 6 to 8 hours like I would have a long time ago. No, it's more like if I was lucky enough to get 2 hours out of it. But more like just 1 hour or maybe one and a half if I'm lucky. And my body would be putting me through this shutdown procedure. I'd have to fight it out like crazy in the classes I've been taking over at Allen Valley College. I'm 56, so not bad for a 56-year-old doing these things. And one class, the only class I've got today is world literature. Well, thank God this week is spring break. But if I was going back to class tomorrow, I'd be going onto the campus and going to do my class and sit there and go through the class and then realize that a few times during the class I'd be falling asleep. Sometimes a few seconds at a time, almost a minute at a time. And only because I know my brain is trying to get the best of me at that point. If I can't cry shit out, it's going to put me into a damn state where I'm sleeping it off. And I'm not even thinking about it. My brain's already working on the damn thing. It's already been dealing with the triggers already. So I'm just waiting for another reaction to kick in. I'm waiting for another reaction to kick in where I'm going to be regretting the living crap out of it. Maybe I'm turning self-destructive and I don't even realize it. And that's kind of scary enough as it is. My skin's got these white things all over it that I keep scratching and clawing at. That may be one of the reactions I'm having to my brain as well. Sometimes they itch and sometimes they're just there, clumping up, and I have to go after it because my brain's telling me to. So I go after it. It's probably anger. Probably something. Probably something I haven't even thought of or realized until it's too late. And then what do I do? What's next? These are the things I have to get on camera. This is the things I have to keep talking about because these things matter the most to me. It's a self-destructive situation I've got going on with my body and my brain. I don't know why, but that's what it is. So I'm turning this damn thing off. I'm heading back in bed. I'm going to see what the hell happens afterwards.